Recording in progress.
Hi everyone, I'm Erika Flint. Welcome to Cascade Hypnosis Center in beautiful Bellingham, Washington. We are here today to talk about starting a purpose-driven part-time hypnosis practice. So I'm just going to give everyone just a moment to join. We're also live on YouTube, live on Zoom, and I'm in the hypnosis classroom today. It's a beautiful day here in Bellingham, and so let's get started. I am in beautiful Bellingham, Washington. We are about 90 miles now south of, or 90 miles north of Seattle and 60 miles south of Vancouver, BC. So what we are doing today is talking about becoming a professional hypnotist. I'm Erika Flint. I created Cascade Hypnosis Center in 2013. And by the way, everyone that's online, let me know, where are you dialing in from today? Are you here in Bellingham, Washington? Are you around the Pacific Northwest? Maybe you are in Oregon or California or some of these other places that we get a lot of our students from. So I want to welcome everybody for being here today. Great to see you, Cindy and Nancy and Mashid. I hope I said that right. I don't know. Sorry if I got it wrong. Oh, someone's from Marysville. All right, Marysville. All right, that's nice and close. I said it right. Okay, good. All right, thanks everyone for being here today. I started Cascade Hypnosis Center in 2013 after a really low point in my life. You know, I had gone the corporate route. I was in corporate America. I was a software engineer. I had everything that I was supposed to have to find happiness, and I was miserable. I ended up in the emergency room, and I ended up not sure if I wanted to continue my life. Now, that was like 12 years ago, and thankfully things have changed since then, but it was hypnosis that really helped me turn everything around. I turned in my corporate career and became a full-time professional hypnotist. And now I get the honor of helping people do really hard things every single day. And I get the honor of helping other hypnotists become professional hypnotists and grow their practice. All right, I'm a board certified hypnotist with the National Guild of Hypnotists, and I'm also a Order of the Braid. This is a honor society for the National Guild. The National Guild is the oldest and largest hypnosis professional organization in the world, and they protect our right to continue practicing hypnosis around the world. So they're a very established and well-loved organization. I'm also an author of multiple books. My first book was on weight loss, and that was in 2016. This image is of an event that we did at the time. But you might want a copy of Can You Be a Hypnotist? That's my third book. So if you don't have a copy of that yet, just leave your name in chat. And Tim is with us today. He is our director of admissions, and he would be happy to give you a copy of my third book, Can You Be a Hypnotist? All right, so for a moment, let's just take 1 second here and take in a nice breath. Just take a second. I know we're all rushing around, but just imagine how different your life would be if you knew you already had the skills of a successful hypnotist and could change people's lives with your work. That's what we're here to talk about today. The modern and professional hypnotherapeutic techniques that we teach at Cascade Hypnosis Center, which are systematic and repeatable. Okay, we're very specific with the things we teach you. I'm only going to teach you the things that I use with my clients every single day. We teach you the practical, the things that you actually need to learn skill with, okay, so that you feel like a confident and a competent hypnotist. So you're not going to learn every single thing about hypnosis. You certainly don't need that. You need to have a really, really good way to help your clients, and that's what we focus on. So students have success in class right away, and that's part of our design. We want you to have a personal experience with hypnosis in class. There's no prior experience or education required. We get this question all the time. Do I have to be a counselor? Do I have to be a therapist? And the answer is no, you don't, because the answers are within our client. So we're going to create an environment for our client to have an understanding through hypnosis. Hypnosis is a revealing mechanism. And today we're going to look through the lens of starting a purpose-driven part-time hypnosis practice. Now, the reason that I'm focusing on part-time is because a lot of our students come in with a desire to begin part-time. Now, some of them stay part-time, some of them move to full-time like me. I started part-time. I had a regular 40 hour a week or more salaried position, and I did hypnosis at night and the weekend for about 6 months until I transferred into full-time. So we'll get to the details of some of that later on. So why are you here today? Well, you're probably thinking about becoming a professional hypnotist. You might have had an experience with hypnosis yourself, or perhaps somebody in your life. Perhaps you already know the power of the mind. But you probably also want the skills of a professional hypnotist. There's a lot of training out there. This hypnosis training is geared and designed to help you start a professional practice, not stage hypnosis, not street hypnosis, not any of that clever, cool hypnosis. This is the type of hypnosis that helps people do hard things, okay? So who is this training for? First and foremost, it's for people with a servant's heart. What is a servant's heart? A servant's heart is somebody who just wants to serve and find the light and help the person next to them, help the person that you're working with get the greatest good out of the work that you're doing with them. Okay, it's not because you want to make a ton of money. It's not because it's cool. It's not because it's flashy. It's not because it's clever. It's because you want to help people. Okay. And it tends to be compassionate humans. We get a lot of our students that come from other fields like nursing, massage therapy, acupuncture. We get a lot of coaches. We get a lot of therapists and teachers. We get a lot of folks who are retiring and they want to do something purposeful and meaningful. Okay. So what if you already had what it takes to be a hypnotist? I like to say that you bring the heart, I'll teach you everything else. Okay. I'll teach you everything else. Bring the heart, bring the care, bring your desire to be of service and help people, and I'll teach you everything else. Okay, so you got the heart, now let's get the skills. So how to start a purpose-driven part-time hypnosis practice, a practical path to income, impact, and sustainable success. This talk, this presentation, you guys are going to go to the top of the hour, okay? I'm going to do my best to answer all of your questions. If you do have questions, please put them in chat, and we'll be sure to answer them either right now or after the fact, okay? All right, so what is a purpose-driven part-time hypnosis practice? Well, it's a flexible way to help people do hard things. And so what we're talking about here is approximately 2 or 3 days a week. I'll get to some of the details later because there's different ways of looking at this and going about this. But in general, you don't need to quit your day job, if we want to call it that, but you might be retired too, and you really only want to work a couple of days a week, which is great, okay? You can start small and grow with purpose, and that's really what this is all about. We get to do something purposeful. We get to do something meaningful. We get to do something that truly helps people, okay? And starting small is very fulfilling, okay? All right, so here are the 3 paths. Number 1, private clients. Number 2, teaching classes. And number 3, passive income products. Now there's an ecosystem where all 3 of these work together and they're balanced so that you're not in front of clients too often. There's some time for you to be creative and create content, which is nice. And then there's also teaching opportunities. So this is a really, really good balance for a part-time hypnotist, but it flows right into growing your practice to full-time if that's what you want, okay? So number 1, work with private clients. This is how you're going to gain skill. Okay, a lot of people want to jump right into group or right into like a recorded training and sell their courses online, but that is not what I recommend. I recommend you work with clients, help people, get them results. Okay, so you're going to offer structured front-end packages with clear pricing. You're going to focus on common issues. Okay, we do not need to niche down right now. You don't. Okay, you might have had other business training that's telling you you have to niche down. You will eventually and kind of organically niche down as you continue to help people because you'll end up gaining expertise in an area and then you'll kind of be the specialist in that area. But by the nature of hypnosis, we tend to not have to niche down at the beginning, and the reason for that is because we are experts in emotion. Okay. And so anytime somebody's having an emotional issue, they really want to come to us. And so if you start your practice with a niche from the beginning, unless you already have expertise in that area, it's harder to get started. It's harder to get started. Okay. Anybody that comes to you and says, oh, can you help me with this? Oh, can you help me with that? Oh, can you help me with that? The answer is usually yes. Okay, because there's something blocking in their mind that's keeping them from the truth. So we don't necessarily have to have deep expertise in specific issues. The best thing to do right away is help people that are right in front of you. So you're going to help anybody that presents to you with any type of issue. Now, this tends to be stress, right? Does anybody have anyone in their life that might be a little stressed right now? Is anybody having any sleep issues in your life right now? These are very common, okay? And they kind of go hand in hand, unfortunately. But confidence and habits, of course, okay? So you're going to help the people around you. You don't need a niche to start. That can be a mistake because you'll cut yourself off from helping people. You're going to create space for ongoing work or group programs later, and this will make your business more profitable, and it makes it easier for you to run your business. And real success starts with helping real people right in front of you, okay? So you're going to create and share a hypnosis hero story. This is a conversion story. This is usually a story of your own, something that you overcame or something that you learned in hypnosis. So this conversion story is a calling card, and it demonstrates to your potential clients. This can be done in any number of formats. It is your why. It's your why. Okay. So this is one of the first ways that we're going to help people. This why is going to help people understand the power of hypnosis, okay, and the power of doing something perhaps that they haven't thought of before, okay. So your hypnosis hero story is a personal conversion story. It might not be about you personally. It could be someone in your life, a client, something like that, okay. And we're going to use that to help you bring in more clients. And we know we're doing it right when someone says to you, Erika, you're talking to me. That story that you told, you were talking to me, okay? So practical stories about how hypnosis has helped people in the past are very useful when it comes to bringing in new clients. Our potential clients want to understand how hypnosis applies to them. So testimonials and referrals are very important, okay? So in 2025, what are clients seeking support for? Weight loss is a real big one, even though we have Ozempic, right? And a lot of people are using that. Weight loss is still a really big deal. And I help a lot of people lose weight. It's very effective, okay? So, and that's what my first book is about. So this is one of my specialties, is weight loss. So if you want to be a weight loss hypnotist, this is a great program for you, okay? A lot of clients are coming because they're feeling too anxious and they're feeling out of control. They're starting to drink too much. They're not following through on things. They're getting in arguments with people in their life. Sleep is a really big issue, okay, because things are starting to pile up, and then people are waking up at 3 a.m, not being able to get back to sleep. And it starts to drive them a little bit crazy, right? There's a lot of ADHD related issues now as people have more insight into what's really going on with them and their behaviors. We get a lot of relationship issues, business growth, public speaking. And the rule of thumb is that hypnosis helps people even when everything else has failed, okay? So we get to help people with everyday issues. We're not helping clients with medical or mental issues. We work alongside mental and medical professionals, but we don't work on those issues. So we help everyday people with everyday problems, okay? But that means nearly everyone you meet can benefit from hypnosis, whether they want to sleep better or whether they want to improve a habit or they want to, get rid of negative self-talk. Nearly everyone you meet can benefit from hypnosis, okay? All right, so what are most people going for when they are looking for a hypnotist, or when you are telling your hypnosis hero story? Like, what really converts someone from a potential client to a client? It's authenticity, okay? because not everybody, like, people want to believe in hypnosis, but there's also a lot of, there's a lot of bro marketing out there that isn't helping anybody. So what are people looking for right now? They're looking for authenticity. And that's why the Hypnosis Hero story is so effective, because you get to show up authentically and tell people exactly how hypnosis works and with your own personal story. Okay. And so that's really what helps our clients to sign up. Okay. All right, let's take a look at pricing and profit. So it's 2025. How much money can you make? Well, if you were a new hypnotist and took my class here in Bellingham, I'd probably say that you should start around $1,600 for a 5-session package. Okay. Now, some people are going to want to start easy, meaning they might not have as much confidence asking for something. And so they'll start at $1,000, but pretty quickly, usually by the 3rd client, I want them up to $1,600 for a 5-session package. And that's usually around the first year of practice. Okay. Now, after, and by the way, this first bullet here, Hypnosis Solutions packages only, no single sessions. Please keep that in mind. Okay. If you try to run a hypnosis practice with single sessions only, you're going to be overworked and you're going to get burned out. Okay. The truth is that our clients come to us with real issues. Like, if I honestly thought that I could just give my client a single hypnosis session and that would solve their issue that might be 20 or 30 years long, yeah, that would be great. But the truth is we at least need to see our client a 2nd session. Okay. We're going to do wonderful hypnosis with them, and then they're going to go out into the world and live it. And then they're going to come back and we get to make changes. Okay. These are bigger issues that our clients are coming to us with. It's never a single session. We can take them a long way. They can get a big insight. But if we truly want to help them solve this issue, we need to see them for multiple sessions. Now, on average in my practice, it's 5 sessions, which is 5 weeks. We get to see our clients for 5 weeks, which is amazing, because by the time you're done working with them, you are going to see a different person walking through the door. I tell this story quite a bit, but the short version is I really appreciate seeing my clients for the first time when they light up. When you see that the fear is dissipated, when they've gone through something that perhaps they never thought they'd be able to get through, and they have the sparkle in their eye and a gentle look on their face, and they finally have a look of relief. Like, that's amazing, right? To be able to see your client for the first time. So, experienced hypnotist, you're probably going to be charging anywhere from $1,800 for a package session to $3,500, and that's my price right now. It's $2,500 to $5,000 is my price right now. Okay. Now, for a 10K hypnotist, you want to make 10K a month, okay, and this would replace perhaps an income that you might have now. That works out to be, on average, you'll probably have $2,000 packages at that point, and you're going to bring in 5 clients a month, okay? 5 clients a month at 2K. How do you do that? How do you bring in those 5 clients a month? We have a 50% conversion ratio. So if you want to bring in 5 clients a month, you need to talk to 10. You're going to talk to 10 people in a month. So that's your goal. Every single week, your goal, and this is where I want to narrow it down for you, because marketing is easy to do, think that you need to do a million things, but really all you need to do is talk to 3 people. Now, if you have a part-time practice, part-time will be 2 or 3 days a week. So I would say you need to talk to 1 person. Your goal is to talk to 1 person in a business setting, meaning a consultation, and you will have a 10K hypnosis practice. Okay. Now, of course, that you'll build up to that. It's unlikely it would happen immediately, but it could, especially if you were already a coach or already had some of these things in place. Okay. But 10K a month with 5 clients at 2K each, talking to 1 person a day. Okay, that means 1 consultation during your 2 or 3 days in the week. Okay, now, of course, this also means 5 sessions that week. So in this model, you would be having 3 consultations and 5 hypnosis sessions in a week. Okay, 5 hypnosis sessions, 3 consultations. You could do that in 2 or 3 days, and it would be relatively easy to do. You wouldn't feel too slammed. You could just see two or three sessions a day for 2 days a week. Okay. All right, so how are you going to do this? Social proof. The reason I mention social proof is because it's free for the most part. You can advertise, okay? And advertising is often faster, but it's harder to manage. Okay, it really is. So I don't promote advertising anymore in the way that I used to. Google used to be a lot more reliable. It's not as reliable anymore, okay? Which makes it frustrating as a business owner, okay? So we're going to use social proof, and this is sharing what you do, okay? You can kind of think of it as a commercial. You're talking about the good news about hypnosis. You're sharing testimonials, that type of thing, so that when people see it, they're like, I wonder if I could lose weight. I wonder if I could sleep better. Oh, that sounds good, okay? But the other thing that you really need to do is live events. Okay, I want to really encourage you guys to show up in your communities and be the source of calm. Be the source where you're truly helping people, okay? Live events are excellent ways to bring in new clients. A lot of people want to shy away from it, but I want to encourage you to do this because we need teachers, we need people who are willing to go into their own communities, into the places where you already exist, and be willing to teach things like stress busting, anti-anxiety, how to get better sleep, how to lose weight with hypnosis, how to change a habit. You can teach all of those classes, and our people need it. Our people need it. We weren't taught emotional intelligence. We weren't taught nervous system regulation. We weren't taught how to get rid of negative self-talk. Okay, so live events are one of the best ways to grow your practice because people will show up and some of them will sign up. You get to record it and then you get to use it as an opt-in and share. Okay, so a live event is going to be digitized and distributed in some capacity and do the work for you. Okay, now what is the actual underlying root cause? People are coming in to lose excuse me. People are coming in to lose weight. And it's not about the food, it's about the trauma, the sexual trauma, usually with weight loss, unfortunately. Okay, but there can also be abandonment, there can be physical abuse. So what is at the root for our clients' issues could be heartbreaking, if you want to call it that. They're real issues. Okay. And this is why becoming a hypnotist can be so ultimately fulfilling, because at many times this is the only thing. I mean, clients will tell us this. And of course, people are getting results all over the place and then they don't make it to the hypnotist. But by the time they've come to us, most of our clients have tried everything. And they're going to tell you that, Eric, I've tried everything else. They might even say, I don't even know why I'm here, meaning they don't believe in hypnosis, or they aren't sure if they believe in hypnosis, but they're going to show up anyway because they're desperate. Okay, and they're desperate because of the pain and the suffering and the suffering inside, because life is hard. Okay, so we get to help people with really hard things. Okay, this is one of my favorite phrases to use when I'm talking about hypnosis. Hypnosis works even when everything else has failed. And then just stop talking. Okay, if you're in a networking event, just stop talking. People will, oh, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? Yes, I can. Okay. All right, so the second thing you're going to do is you're going to teach classes. You're going to share the good news. You're going to help people. You're going to take what you've learned and you're going to share it. Now, if you take our class, we give you some of this material. We give you a stress buster class. We give you an anti-anxiety toolkit. So we kind of give you some basics to start teaching right away so that you can go into the community and be of service. Go teach a class on anti-anxiety techniques. Go teach a class on how to sleep better. Go teach a self-hypnosis class, okay? Now, you can do this in person, like we'll do them right here at Cascade Hypnosis Center, but I also do them at the co-op, the food co-op. I've done them before. I haven't done it at the library, but I've had plenty of our grads do it at the library. You usually just can't sell from the library, meaning you can't bring in your books, and like there can't be any exchange of money in the library usually, but they can sign up on your mailing list, and they could get on your calendar at a library. I've gone to women's shelters. I've taught at a local tech company, at a real estate company. There's so many opportunities for us to help people with a variety of hypnosis and hypnosis related topics. Okay, one of my favorites is called the Stress Buster Workshop because it doesn't have the word hypnosis in it. So businesses are more likely to want to bring that on board. And I used to teach it all the time, like at a brown bag on Fridays. And so, yeah, businesses are interested in how to keep their employees at a place where they're not too stressed out. So they'll bring you into their practice. Okay, so yes, you can do it in person, and that is my favorite, okay? Because we want our clients to see the real hypnotist. Some people will say that, clients aren't afraid of hypnosis, they're afraid of the hypnotist. And that likely comes from Hollywood, right? Scary stories that come out of Hollywood about the hypnotist. And so I really, really stress getting in front of people physically. Now we can do it live here. We're doing a live Zoom here remotely. So we do know this works too. But it's often easier to launch your practice in a community where you can just bring together 10 people pretty easily or 5 people pretty easily, okay? So this is one of the best ways to grow your practice. Be of service, teach a class locally. A lot of the classes that I taught were at the food co-op. And so you might have a food co-op-like place in your community and you can offer to teach there. Okay, Stress Buster Workshop, How to Get Better Sleep with Hypnosis, Introduction to Self-Hypnosis. Those are all excellent classes. Okay, now doing them live is great, and when you do it live, you will offer, you'll give them a handout. There'll be a sign up so that they can get on, a consultation. So there will be things that you do when you teach live to make it easy for people to know how to work with you and get signed up with you, okay? The other thing that you'll do, we'll talk about it in a minute, but you'll give them a recording, very likely give them a recording, okay? Now, if you don't want to do something in person, you can do it online. There's so many tools now for us to be able to teach. I mean, we're doing it right now through Zoom, we're live on YouTube, right? So it's pretty easy to do, especially if you already do this. If you already feel confident and this is easy for you, it would be so much easier to just turn that into a hypnosis practice and teaching online. So let me be really clear, hypnosis works on Zoom. It works really, really well, okay? And some of our clients prefer Zoom, and there are opportunities, like if it's snowing or bad weather, where you can continue working with someone, whereas, 10 years ago we couldn't. We just have to cancel it, okay? So remote hypnosis works really well. At least half of my clientele are remote, okay? I like having a personal office. I like bringing people here. I love having people in the office, but it's not going to work for everybody. Okay, and I have students and readers of my books and everything from other places. They don't want to fly into Bellingham, so I get to work with them remotely. Okay, all right. You're going to use these classes to attract new private clients and build awareness and authority. And you're going to teach classes that matter to you. That's what makes it fun. Okay. Here's a picture of me teaching Reprogram Your Weight. I've got a brochure there. I brought my book. So this is at the co-op. I can sell here. Okay. And there's CDs. So it might be a couple of years old. Now everything is digital. Okay. But I would bring everything. To the teaching place. Okay. So you're going to be educating on what hypnosis really is here. Okay. And then the practical ways it could be used so that people are living more freely, more happily. All right. So what separates hypnotists that struggle from the ones that make a difference? Let's dive into the specific technique that I'd like to share with you now. This is another class that I taught. This one was recorded, professionally recorded, and we turned it into a Reprogram Your Weight series, which people still listen to. Okay, so when we create digital recordings, you can listen to them and they can be of service to you and your business for quite some time. Okay, so that's absolutely part of the solution. Well, you do need the right hypnosis training for what you want to do. Okay, we want you to have the confidence that you can hypnotize anybody who wants to do hypnosis with you, but we also want you to have the skills to move your client from presenting issue to full result. Okay, now my first hypnosis training. So when I ended up in the hospital, I told you guys that at the beginning. I ended up in the hospital. We don't have to get into the details, but I have told this story plenty of times. I didn't know what to do, but I knew I had to do something different. And so I took a hypnosis class, and it was a local hypnosis class at the tech college. And I totally fell in love with hypnosis. I didn't realize what hypnosis was actually doing until that point. But when I graduated, I honestly didn't know what to do. And I was a smart person. I was in corporate America. I was taking these classes in the evening. I'd been doing business for quite some time, but the class was more like a Hypno 101. And what we were taught was just a variety of different hypnosis methods. Okay, here's how you do parts, and here's how you do this, and here's how you do this. It was not skill driven. Okay, so by the end, like, I'm intrigued. I'm really curious. I really love it, but at the same time, I don't feel like I have the skill to know what to do when someone walks into my office. Like, I don't know what questions to ask them. I don't know what technique to do, besides the fact that we didn't really even practice any of the technique. We didn't gain any skill. We were just like, here it is. Okay, so this class is very specifically not that. I want you to have the skill for these techniques so that you feel confident, okay? And these techniques can be taught. This is not intuitive. I hear a lot of people talking about intuiting hypnosis. Yeah, that's fine, but it's better if you can teach it overtly and you can learn it that way, because your intuition is going to kick in one way or the other, okay? So you need to learn business building. You need to learn how to grow your business. Now, maybe you already know that, but a lot of people don't, okay? There's self-care and internal state regulation. It's really important for us to be able to remain calm, centered, to be able to, basically, we don't want to flip into the sympathetic nervous system while we're doing work with our clients. And our clients are going to have anxiety responses at times, and they're going to have their mirror neurons. We're going to stay calm. Okay, and that is a great asset to your business and to your clients. Okay, not having a systematic approach will stop you from being successful. I see it time and time again. We get a lot of students from other good programs, but they're not systematic. So again, like, learning hypnosis is great, but getting the skills and expertise is another thing. And then if there's a system that supports you, even better. And that's what we're talking about here today. 5-phase advanced transformational hypnosis. This was developed by Cal Banyan over 20 years ago, but its roots and its history go much further than that. It was developed by Gerald Kine. It was called universal therapy, and it uses techniques that we're all familiar with from psychotherapy. Okay, now the benefit is we get to use it and help our clients experience these things while in hypnosis, so we get excellent results. Okay, so it's a powerful, proven system of hypnosis. We have thousands of practitioners around the world. Now, this is important, okay, because we have a lot of people who are using this, okay? I mean, a lot. And I've been doing it for over 12 years, and we're continually upgrading it. So, as a trainer and a teacher, we are continually making changes to this as we learn more. And what it also means is we are absolutely not going to teach you any stupid crap that you don't need to know, okay? Only the things you do need to know, only the things that you're going to use with your clients day in and day out, okay? And that comes from practical experience, all right? You don't need to know everything. You need to know how to help your client, okay? And you will feel confident with these skills, and that's what you want, right? To feel confident knowing that you can help your clients. So this is the 5 phases of 5-path. Phase 1 is preparation, testing, and convincing. The emotion that goes with this one is hope, and we're going to increase hope, okay? Our clients are not hopeless. No one would show up in your office if they were hopeless, okay? There's a little bit of hope there that this might work, and so we're gonna increase that hope, okay? Phase 2 is age regression. Age regression is the most powerful technique that we have as hypnotists when done well, okay? This is what truly helps get rid of trauma, puts a new ending on the story. It encourages memory reconsolidation through neuroplasticity, and our clients feel better, and the brain changes, okay? The brain changes, okay? Memory reconsolidation is what happens when we do age regression well, Okay. So our clients feel, oh my gosh, I feel lighter. Oh my gosh. I mean, they literally feel physically better after age regression when done well. Okay. Next, forgiveness. And this is about fear. So age regression is about reducing and eliminating fear. Okay. Once we reduce and eliminate fear, it's very likely that there's anger there. As a matter of fact, it's almost the outcome of fear. Okay. When we get rid of the fear, now we're angry. So we're going to use a very powerful chair therapy with forgiveness to help our clients get rid of anger. Okay, this is done very well. It's really useful for our clients to get rid of what we call useless anger. Useless anger, okay? There's a lot of anger floating around that has no place to go because people are gone, decisions have already been made, and it turns into resentment, it turns into negativity, and we get to help our client get rid of the feeling, okay? Phase 4, forgiveness of self. After we have our client forgive others, we're going to have them forgive themselves. And this is where our clients really set themselves free, because a lot of our clients are, and you might have this experience too, harder on ourselves than anybody else, right? So when we help our clients get rid of the self-loathing, the guilt, and the internal, any of that stuff, they really blossom and kind of come alive, okay? And that can be amazing to be a part of that. Okay. In the end of my book, Can You Be a Hypnotist? The advice is to find the light in your client and have them associate to that light and nothing else. So once your client starts to light up, meaning they're like, oh, Erika, like, you won't believe what happened to me yesterday. I was walking down the street, like all of this delightful things start happening in my client's life because they're getting rid of negativity and negative self-talk. And that's what we want. We want our clients to kind of come alive again. Okay, so we're going to look for the light. What lights your client up? Some people, it might be they haven't done pottery in a while, or they forgot how fun it was to do X, Y, or Z because life got too busy. We get to reconnect our client to the deeper parts of them, and so that they can live once again freely. Okay. All right. 5-path is systematic, so you're not guessing. Okay, I love this, especially as an engineer. I love that 5-path is systematic, okay? So no, you don't have to memorize any scripts, okay? It's systematic, things are gonna flow. There will be criteria based. It's kind of like a stop sign, right? So you're gonna get to a place in the session, you're like, this or that, okay? And depending on how the client responds, then you will do something appropriate. Now, why is this important? This is important because instead of sitting here looking at a script or like trying to figure out what to say or do, you're going to be fully present with your client. You're going to notice moments of hesitation. You're going to notice when they shift gears. You're going to notice, and you're going to be able to do better work with them because you're going to be present. That's what we really want. Ultimately, I don't want you to have any of your scripts or anything out whatsoever, and you're just going to be basically really connecting with your client and listening and guiding them, okay? This is how we can notice when something starts to go off track and really help them, okay? You'll hear mouth sounds, you'll hear other things, you'll notice other things, and this is really when you start doing expert level work. Because the truth is the client's mind has overlooked a lot of content, a lot of information this whole time. Okay, the client's conscious mind has overlooked a lot of things up to this point. Think to yourself about how many times you might say, oh no, that's dumb. Well, that can't be it. No, that wouldn't make any sense. That's all the conscious mind discounting something that could very well be true. So in a state of hypnosis, the truth is revealed, and the conscious mind has often known the whole time but discounted it or not believed it, okay? So we are also going to be able to do depth testing. Okay, so depth testing is built right into the 5-path induction, and depth testing helps you know that your client is at the proper depth of hypnosis, which means receptivity, to do the work with you. Okay, so part of being a really good hypnotist is skill in the technique. Skill in the technique of hypnosis, guiding your client into that state of hypnosis. We're going to spend 2 to 3 hours on that every single day. like I said, what the most important techniques can be taught. Okay, so we're going to spend time so that you can learn those techniques, and everybody learns them. Okay, this is not a weed out class. This isn't designed to be hard. This is designed to be effective and authentic. Okay. All right, but the number one reason that I like 5-Path is that clients get results. I wouldn't care about anything else. Okay, clients get results. So they're getting results when in the past they weren't getting results. Something wouldn't stick. This sticks. This works for people. Okay, but that's not it. We're also going to teach them 7th Path. 7th Path is self-hypnosis. So by the time somebody comes to you for hypnosis, we don't just want to do one-on-one hypnosis with them. We want to give our clients the skills to self-hypnotize themselves so that they don't have to come back in later on for another issue in the future, for example. Okay? So you're going to teach your clients 7th Path self-hypnosis. It's a very effective form of self-hypnosis. Clients love it. It provides a coping strategy, right? So a lot of people come in without a practice or a routine or a coping strategy. Their coping strategy was drinking alcohol. Their coping strategy was eating sugar, right? And they're trying to get rid of that one. So for a lot of people, their coping strategy becomes doing self-hypnosis for a little bit, and they become experts at this. And this can kind of get them across the bridge of where they were to where they want to be. And they'll use self-hypnosis for quite some time, okay? All right, so how can you be a hypnotist? How our program helps you build a professional hypnotherapy, part-time or full-time practice, even if you don't have any experience with hypnosis or owning a business or psychology. So once again, imagine how your life would be if you knew you already had the skills of a successful hypnotist. And I can tell you this, if your heart is in the right place, I'll teach you everything else, okay? So we are looking for compassionate hypnotists to introduce a new era of hypnosis using modern and effective techniques. Okay, here's some of our recent grads and their businesses, which is always fun to share. We've got a couple of our grads. These two here, Anna and Gwen, opened up their physical locations this year, and we've got Ken with Kenoma Hypnosis. She was from last year, but this is just kind of a demonstration of some of the things that they're doing. This is Anna's new office space. Gwen is teaching a class, and this was an excellent class. And then here's Ken at a farmer's market, right? So we get to bring our businesses into the communities where we live and help people, okay? I'm going to quickly go through some of these. Of course, you can let me know if you have any questions. Let me move myself out of the way here. This is Lisa Finn. She was previously a coach, and then she became a hypnotherapist. She is in Connecticut, and she's doing amazing. Once she became a hypnotist, it really helped her in her coaching. I mean, it really helped her business, is what I mean. This is Kathy Hardy. Kathy is a nurse. She came in as a client first, and then she became a hypnotist, helped so many people, wrote a couple books, and still here in Bellingham. Barry Small, that's Maggie with Barry there. He's in Arlington, and Barry's a teacher, okay? And this is Samantha Shaw. She is a coach, a personal trainer and a coach, and she started her business twice, once in Seattle, and then her and her mom moved to Minnesota. So using these techniques, she started her business again, okay? Anthony Gitch is an awesome hypnotist in Seattle. He's one of our grads. He actually started the Seattle Hypnosis Conference. He's in West Seattle. We're really proud of him. And same thing with Christian Scoresmith. He's in Seattle. He's doing excellent work. He usually wins the Best of the Northwest for hypnosis. So if you guys are around here in the Pacific Northwest, you'll probably see Christian on the top of that list. So we're really proud of him. And he's authored a bunch of books too. One of his books is on is it Trichotillomania? He has some really cool books. I think I might be getting something confused right now, but he has really narrowed his focus. Not right away. He didn't need to niche down right away, but he did narrow his focus later on, and he is doing really, really well. So good job, Christian. Are you ready to be our next success story? Because the training does start soon. As a matter of fact, we've got about 4 weeks before training starts, and it is the perfect time to get signed up. And we're going to give you a bonus $500 off enrollment as well. I'll get to that in just a minute, okay? Here is a picture of me with Dr. Damon from the NGH and the time that I was on television with KATU TV when my second book was published. And then we took it to Barnes & Noble. That was a lot of fun. So there is a profession here for you, okay? There is growth. There are opportunities to not just help people one-on-one, but to teach, to make classes, to publish books and programs that truly help people, if that's what you want. A lot of people just want to see clients. They just want a part-time practice with clients, okay? So I'll get to some of the details in just a moment on that part-time practice, but let me dive into what are the requirements, okay? So what are the requirements for becoming a professional hypnotist? Well, anyone with a desire to help others. You do not need additional training. The only training is your life experience. So anything that you've been through, anything you've gotten through, anything that you're carrying around with you, that will be useful, and you don't need to have all your issues solved either. The training itself tends to be transformative. So we get a lot of students who come to class and they do have a little bit of an issue and they work through it in class. And I encourage that. You don't have to have everything in your life figured out to decide to become a professional hypnotist. You can bring an issue or two in class. Class is taught hypnotically, so you will get results in class, and then that becomes part of your hypnosis hero story that you get to tell to get clients, okay? So it can work out really, really well. Hypnosis helps people with everyday problems. Okay, I said this earlier. Nearly everyone you meet could benefit from hypnosis, and it is an exciting time to be a hypnotist, okay? Can you actually hypnotize somebody? Yes, you can. This is us in class. These are a couple of our grads. Hypnosis is a normal and natural state of mind. It's not woo-woo. It's not, there's scientific proof of hypnosis and what it does when you're in a hypnotic state. But the best hypnotic techniques are repeatable and they can be taught. I really it says not intuitive there. There's nothing wrong with intuition, but I don't think that it's the best way to teach a hypnosis class. There are mechanisms and techniques that you can learn that are written down, that make logical sense, that science can agree with, okay? And so these are the things that we're going to teach you. Your intuition, your gut response, or a sense of knowing is likely to increase, but that's not how I'm going to teach it to you, okay? Class is taught hypnotically. It's fast and fun. It's 7 straight days, but it's fast and fun. You will learn a lot, and we're going to spend 2 to 3 hours every single day on hands-on practice, okay? Repetition with different partners and supervised practice. You'll be hypnotizing people in person and online. I want you to have the experience, confidence, and expertise to hypnotize somebody online. Even if you don't think that's going to be your primary way of seeing people, I still want you to have the confidence of doing that, and it's a good idea for us to do that in class, so we do, okay? You do not need a bunch of inductions. You really only need a couple good ones, and we're going to focus on them in class. And when is the next training? It's coming right up, July 20th through 26th. So I want to highly encourage you, if this sounds good, please get signed up as soon as possible. There is a little bit of pre-work, okay? And the pre-work, of course we have some pre-work because this is not a basic level hypnosis class. This is an advanced level hypnosis class. We need you coming in, booted up and ready to go. But I don't want you to feel overwhelmed, okay? The hypnosis pre-work is good. It's enough. It's not too much. And you're going to come in with an understanding of hypnosis so that on day 1 in class, we can run with it, okay? Here's us in class when we were downstairs. We're not in this classroom anymore, but I still have Blueberry. This is Blueberry, the hypnosis chair. This is the hypnosis success board on the left. Here's a lot of pictures of our grads' businesses on the right. And then the third thing that you're going to do to grow your part-time hypnosis practice is you're going to generate hypnosis audio. and other forms of passive income. Now, this is important, you guys, because your clients need it. Especially if you're working with your client remotely, one of the best things you can do is give them a recording of your voice. Your client is much more likely to go into a state of hypnosis, okay? And so now you're creating something that is useful for your clients, but you're going to turn around, you're going to give it away for free, and you're going to give it to all of your students in every single class that you teach. Now, this is going to grow your practice. It'll help you grow your email list. And it is in service to your clients, because there's going to be tools and techniques that you'll get from this class, but you're going to want to create for your clients in your own way, using your own voice, okay? And so these are the 3 things that really help you launch a profitable part-time hypnosis practice, working with private clients, teaching classes, and then generating hypnosis audio and other streams of passive income, okay? So we want you to build a business that works for you, okay? You might really enjoy talking about confidence, or you might really enjoy talking about, we had a grad who wanted to do porn addiction because her husband had that issue. And so she really wanted to solve that problem in her community. Okay, so that's what she focused on. Start with what you love. Start with what you love. And sometimes what we start with is a version of us 4 years ago, right? Like, you might start with imagining that you're going to help the version of you from 2018 or 2019, and what did she need, what did he need, and you're going to help that problem. That always feels really good, okay? You will add structure and systems and offers over time, but you're going to start with that single package and teach a class and have a recording. Just those 3 things are going to help you launch a practice and probably be pretty happy for 6 months, okay? Now, how do you transition to full-time? This is a little more detailed, okay? So please forgive me if it feels overwhelming, but let's say you're working full-time right now. This is exactly what I did, okay? This is exactly what I did in 2013 and 2014, okay? So I'm working full-time, and I'm like, how am I going to get into hypnosis, right? So I started seeing clients one client per day, Monday through Thursday, okay? Don't do Friday. Don't do Friday. Nobody wants to do hypnosis on Friday night, okay? People don't want to do hypnosis on Sunday either. At least that's in my neck of the woods. So I very quickly realized no Sunday, no Friday, okay? So I did this for 6 months. I was seeing one client Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and Thursday night. I was also seeing consultations. So I'd have one consultation and one client, okay? Once you have 6 clients in a week, you can comfortably move to full-time. You're going to push it out 2 or 3 months in the future, and you're going to start signing people up for the daytime, not the evenings and weekends. You're going to start signing people up and start booking up your calendar a month, at least a month in advance. That will depend on your situation, okay? And please move to regular business hours. I want you to be doing regular business hours because people take it more seriously, okay? Most people are going to go to the doctor during Monday through Friday, right? And so we want the same thing for hypnosis because it's important. If it's important to our clients, they can take time off of work, just like they'll take time off work to go to the dentist or go see anything else, okay? We tend to not get as great a results if you only do evenings and weekends because it's more convenient for your client. Doesn't mean it's better for them, okay? If you're not working full-time, let's say you're retired, or let's just say you're working part-time, okay? So you're still likely going to see 1 or 2 clients during the 2 days a week. And I would not recommend a part-time practice only 1 day a week. That's going to be harder, okay? Let's just say you decide I'm only going to work on Mondays and you sublease something on a Monday. Not everyone can come on a Monday. So you really, I really want you to have at least, I would do Monday and Wednesday. That's what I would do right now. Okay. Again, I'm not going to see clients on Fridays because people are kicking off early and they want to go for their weekend. But Mondays are a great day to see clients. Lots of people want to sign up for consultation. I can't tell you how many times, on a Friday or a Saturday, a consultation comes in. They want to see me Monday. They want to see me immediately. Okay. So again, once you have 6 clients in the week, now you can comfortably move to full-time. You can double your client load, and you're going to plan this a month out, okay, and stack your calendar. So by the time you leave that other job, you're just moving right into full time if that's what you want, okay? Now, you don't have to. A lot of hypnotists are really happy with a part-time practice, working 3 days a week. They see clients all 3 days, and they have consultations all 3 days, and then they do a little bit of business building and marketing during those days, okay? So our training program includes everything you need to do all of this. It includes the comprehensive pre-work. Okay, we'll give you access to that immediately so that you can get started because class is starting on July 20th. And then it's a 7-day in-person training program. You can join remotely via Zoom. We always have Zoom students, and we have the classroom right here in Bellingham, Washington, in downtown Bellingham, Washington, okay? It's advanced hypnosis. It's skill-based. You are going to have confidence. You are going to feel like you know what you're doing, okay? You'll also have the business expertise in starting your practice right, okay? That's very important because you could be the best hypnotist in the world, but if you don't have any clients, it's not going to help anybody, right? So we want to talk about your situation, and do you want part-time, full-time? Like, this is part of my job to help you guys get launched and get going. Now, we also have post-certification implementation program. Not everybody has had a business before. You know, a lot of people want to do hypnosis, but they're scared of the business side of things. And if that's you, then the post-certification implementation program is for you. You probably want to take our certification class, then you're going to stay training with us for 6 months, and that's going to give you the business skills, the implementation, and it will get your business up to speed in the way that you want, okay? So our training program includes everything you need to get started. It also includes a hypnosis training library with advanced material, and it includes marketing content and templates for you to get started, right? Like the top 10 truths about hypnosis and some social media things that you can use. All right, so here is the pricing. The normal pricing is $4,500, but we're giving you a discount if you can sign up by Monday. So through Monday, through the 30th of June, you will save $500 on enrollment so that it's only $4,000. This is super, 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 super cheap to get a brand new career, okay, and get to help people with hard things. So make sure that you use that code prosperity. Okay, I'll show you here in just a second where it goes. Here's some more pictures of us in class. Now, when you get to the application, what we want you to do is type in prosperity. Just put that in there. We'll know. And this is the application. So you can apply. You can apply if you want to talk to Tim, if you want to talk to administration. You can apply and then speak to us. That's one option. Okay. So make sure to put prosperity there. We'll make sure to give you the discount when on your invoice. But then also you can just get started right away. If you don't have any questions for Tim, if you don't have any questions for me, you could just go to this page right here to direct enrollment and also put in prosperity, and you'll save that $500, okay? All right, if you have additional questions, please connect with Tim. We have 15-minute admission calls so that you can get on Tim's calendar, ask any logistic questions, any clarifying questions, anything at all. And we make that available because we know that you guys have questions. So please feel free, if there are, to schedule a call with Tim. And I look forward to seeing you July 20th through 26th. Our class after that is in October. And so we do this 4 times a year, but summertime is such a great time to take this class. So I highly recommend, if this is of interest to you, please join us in Bellingham in a couple weeks, and I would love to see you there. I want to say thank you to everybody that's on the call. Thanks for joining us today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I look forward to seeing you in the hypnosis classroom soon. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Have a great weekend, you guys. Take good care. I hope to see you soon in the hypnosis classroom. Please let us know if we can answer any questions for you. Have a great weekend.